Hello, everyone, and welcome to Amara's Voice. I'm a teacher and an uplifter, which means I see people as already whole. I see them as vibrant, joyful, magnificent, and powerful beings. I see the source within them, which leads them to a powerful truth from within. I see them living in alignment with self, having such wonderful beliefs that make them stay in that joyful, natural element. Today I'm pondering self-love and emotional intelligence. It's a topic I've wanted to talk about for a while, but I had a lot to ponder before it, so I just felt like it was time to talk about this. So what is self-love? First, we have to identify what the self is. To love the self, what does that mean? We first have to understand what the self that you're loving is. Many of us are focused on the self we see on the outside, and yes, that is part of the self. Your source is part of you, projected outward, appearing as you in this present moment, in this time-space reality. But this version of you is only a portion of who you are. It's a smaller expression of a much larger you. The greater part of you, the one you may not yet fully perceive, though some of you do sense and know the entity, that is who you truly are. There is no separation between the ego and the self. They are not enemies, they are one being, expressed in many ways. The ego is simply the aspect of the self that projects into the physical world. So the greater self that can connect with this reality you are presently focused into is what we're talking about. But because we are so focused on what is outside, on what is visible, we forget the larger part of who we are. So many of us practice self-love while only connecting with the ego, forgetting the broader self, the source, all that is, the bigger consciousness, what many of us call God. That is the real you. You are an extension of that being, and that which you truly are is unconditional love. As you walk away from love, you walk away from yourself. And no amount of work done on the outside can replace that connection. You can improve the body, refine the image, adjust the behavior, but if inwardly you are moving away from your true nature, you are not loving the self. You are convincing yourself that you are okay when you're not. And so we begin to outsource love. We tell ourselves, when this person loves me this way, then I'm loved. But you cannot recognize love from another if you do not know the version of you that is love. And this is not something you need to learn. It's something you remember. You don't become this self, you return to it. Self-love is not a destination, it's a reunion. So how do you actually love the self? How do you self-love? Now that we've identified what the self is, you do it by focusing on the love your true self is always leading you toward through your emotions. Most simply, through feeling good. When you are consistently experiencing negative emotion, it's not because you're broken. It's because you're far from yourself. And remember, all emotions are good. All emotions can be trusted. They are not punishments. They are a compass. You were once connected to the whole, to source, to all that is. And even now you're currently, but there was a time when you were fully aware that you're connected to that version of you. And from that broader awareness, you chose to enter this time-space reality. You said, let me go into this experience. Let me be a black girl from Uganda, tall, beautiful, and joyful, curious. Let me be playful. Let me be abundant. Let me be a philanthropist. Let me enjoy this experience. And then you came forth. Well, that was me. Then I came forth. When you come forth, your soul's projected itself as the version of you that you intended to experience. And as you arrived here, the people around you, the environments you entered, and the beliefs you picked up along the way slowly made you forget who you are. You forgot the broader you, the one who chose this adventure in the first place. But you didn't forget completely, because within you are feeling tones, frequencies, vibrations that never left. You love giving, for example. When you give, you feel connected to that version of you. You love joy. When you're joyful, you feel connected to that version of you. You are hopeful by nature. You are drawn to freedom, expansion, to ease, to playfulness, because those are the versions of you that you were before you came here, before you remembered. The version of you, the one you feel vibrating inside you, that version, that is the true you. Society has trained your attention to focus on a version of yourself that is smaller than who you are. But you always know when you're touching the truth of yourself, because you feel joyful, you feel light, you feel like yourself again. Suddenly you're in your natural element. You see how it works. This is self-love, alignment with a version of you that you truly are. And once you understand this, something beautiful happens. You become devoted to the self. You don't just love yourself, you want to stay close to yourself. You become sensitive to alignment. You notice quickly when you drift. And without punishment or urgency, you gently return. Love songs suddenly sound like they were always written about this relationship. The relationship between you and the broader you. And when you're in alignment, life feels poetic. Synchronicities increase, ease replaces effort. Nothing becomes more important than this relationship. This is the self-love you've been seeking. Not performance, not perfection, but presence and reunion. Decide where you're going and go. Then let your emotions, the way you feel, be your compass. Your emotions will always show you whether you're moving toward what you want or drifting away from it. They never lie. They simply indicate direction. And here's the hack. Feeling good is always pointing you in the right direction. Every time. Pick any topic, any situation, any relationship, and ask yourself honestly, which direction am I pointing right now? What do I want? What do I believe in? Why do I want it? The moment you ask those questions, clarity begins to reveal itself, because your thoughts are already answering. Your feelings are already responding. You always know where you're headed. You just may not always want to admit it. Some people wonder how I seem to know what they're thinking. But you tell me your thoughts all the time, through your words, through your tone, through what you focus on and what you avoid. It's effortless to read, because thought is never hidden. No one can actually hide their thoughts from you either. You feel them, you sense them, you pick up on them immediately. The only difference is this: you are often consciously choosing not to pay attention. And self-love is the moment you stop looking away. You can't self-criticize yourself and call it self-love. You can't spend all your attention tracking who is crossing your boundaries and still say you're loving the self. Because when you are truly loving yourself, the primary relationship is not between you and the world. It's between you and you. You cannot criticize another without doing that very thing to yourself. You are not separate. We are one consciousness appearing as many. If I am attacking you, I'm attacking myself. If I am shooting you, I'm shooting myself. Because it's all the same field of awareness, the same source, experiencing itself through different forms. I've met people who say they love themselves so much that they disconnect from everyone else. They are quick to list what they don't want, quick to notice what feels wrong, quick to build boundaries, walls, rules around every interaction. And my love, that is not self-love. Because self-love is not protection from the world. Self-love is devotion to your inner relationship. To love yourself is to care deeply about how your inner being feels about any given topic, and to let that be your guide. Now, I know this part may feel uncomfortable for some of you, especially when we talk about boundaries. So let me be clear. This is not about tolerating harm, disrespect, or abuse. This is not about abandoning discernment. This is about understanding where your power actually lives. Setting boundaries, as we've been told to practice, often keeps us focused on what we don't want. I don't want this. I don't want that. Don't cross this line. Don't do this to me. And slowly our attention becomes trained on scanning for violations instead of alignment. What if, instead of organizing your life around what you don't want, you decided very clearly what you do want? What if you focused on that, looked for that, expected that? Because when you believe you create your own reality, you realize something powerful. No one can enter your experience and create for you unless you hand them that power. Boundaries don't protect your reality. Your alignment does. When you are aligned, when you are rooted in the love between you and you, very little can disturb you. You let people off the hook more. You stop personalizing everything. You miss many things that once would have bothered you so much. Not because you were avoiding, but because you were free. What if instead of creating a list of everything you refuse to tolerate, you created a list of everything you love and made it your practice to look for those qualities everywhere you go, in every situation, in every person? Love is respect, warmth, curiosity, joy. That is self-love. Love of the true self brings freedom. It clears your vibration. It draws you to what you want without effort. Your beliefs soften. Your joy becomes accessible again. And suddenly, life feels less like something you must defend yourself against, and more like something you are allowing yourself to enjoy. This isn't about removing discernment. It's about relocating authority back to the self. Imagine a person standing in front of a mirror trying so hard to love what they see. They smile, say affirmations, adjust their hair, change their clothes, trying to feel better about the reflection. But the reflection never looks truly alive, does it? It only moves because they move. They can spend years perfecting what's in the mirror, but if they never turn around to meet the one looking through the eyes, they'll always feel something missing. Most people's self-love is love for the reflection, but not of the self. They fall in love with the image they've crafted, not the being who is aware of it. True self-love begins when you stop trying to fix the mirror and realize you were the light behind it all along. And another analogy I love about self-love is the one of loving the star on the screen. It's like falling in love with a movie character. You know the lines, you know the outfits, the story, you even post quotes about them, but you've never met the one playing the part. That's what most self-love is, loving the character you play in this physical movie rather than the consciousness playing the role. You can't feel lasting joy from loving a mask, no matter how glamorous. Joy only comes when you meet the one behind the camera, the real you. Emotional intelligence here becomes a portal between the ego and the self. And now that you know what I've shared with you, you can begin to understand what true emotional intelligence truly is. It is the practice of paying attention to how you feel and allowing those feelings to guide you back to the self. Emotional intelligence then becomes an inner state, not something you perform outwardly, not something measured by how polite you are, how accommodating you are, or how well you manage other people. It's not primarily about how you treat those outside of you. It's about how connected you are within. How connected you are with a version of you within. We often imagine emotional intelligence as an external skill, how we speak, how we respond, how we navigate relationships, but in truth, it's an inside job. It is the conscious relationship between the ego and the self. It is alignment. Emotional intelligence makes you aware of where you are on the emotional spectrum, how close you are to your true nature, or how far you've wandered from it. So when you feel sadness, heaviness, despair, or disconnection, the question isn't, what's wrong with me? The question is, where am I in relation to who I truly am right now? Let those emotions guide you back. This is emotional intelligence, allowing every emotion to be information. Listening to your body, not seeing contraction, recognizing misalignment, and then gently choosing better, feeling thoughts that return you to harmony with yourself, not by using your partner, your children, your work, your boss, or your circumstances, your money. The power to return to joy has always been within you, not without. I've had people ask me, what if harming someone brings me joy, What if harming myself feels like relief? And the answer is always simple. Those are thoughts born from deep misalignment. You cannot be aligned with your true source and desire harm toward yourself or another. You cannot be aligned and contemplate taking joy from another being. Alignment expands love. It widens compassion. It naturally uplifts. As you come into alignment, you begin to want joy for everyone. You become an uplifter. You become neutral in the best sense, no longer pulled around by others' behavior. You love without condition. You respond without resistance. This is true emotional intelligence, not control, not suppression, but clarity, connection, and return. So self-love was never about improving yourself, your external self, correcting yourself or becoming someone better. Self-love is simply the joyful journey back to who you really are. And when you connect to who you really are, taking care of the outside person is so easy. It's a side effect of knowing the self. You pay attention to your body, you eat well, you gym, you dress well, you have such confidence, you have clarity of mind. These things happen easily because your beliefs have to change. And emotional intelligence is not about controlling emotions or labeling them as good or bad. It's the wisdom of listening. Every emotion you feel is information, a gentle or sometimes loud signal letting you know how close you are to your true self in this moment. Not a judgment, not a punishment, just a compass. When you feel ease, clarity, expansion, appreciation, you're aligned. When you feel contraction, heaviness, frustration, or pain, it's not failure, it's guidance pointing you to your true self. Self-love is learning to trust that guidance, to stop arguing with your emotions and start walking with them. Because your emotions are not here to lead you away from yourself. They're here to reunite you with yourself, the broader self. And the more you listen, the more gently you follow. The quieter the struggle becomes, and the louder the joy. I'm Amara, and I'm pondering for the ease of pondering. I love you all. Focus on feeling good